Hello, this is Luis Alvarado, and today we'll be going through several sites. On this video, we'll be going through CityGuide to check how their SEO can be improved, recommendations about the site, things that they can do on the actual site, and more. Okay, or at least you can get an idea on how I do it. My team, they do it in other ways. They specialize in front end, back end. Each of the developers in the team actually does it in very unique ways. But in my case, at least you'll get an idea of what you can do as the owner of a site. So when I see a site like this, first thing that comes to mind, apart from being very default, um, is branding. So normally branding takes into consideration, a specific uh, color pattern that you're using. Okay, normally they're related to the logo. Okay, so they're consistent. So for example, if you go to Facebook, you can see that they use a white and bluish kind of thing there. They actually have two types of blue, so but at least that's it. Got white, light blue, and a little bit darker blue there, and you're done. That's basically their whole color scheme. So but the colors are included in the logo in the case of Facebook or Twitter or Google or McDonald's or Nike, etc., etc., etc. In this case, for example, this if I were to evaluate the, the actual image here, I right click on it, see the name of the logo. I recommend changing that name to just, for example, if this is the CityGuide logo, my recommendation always for all files, make sure that they're in lowercase to avoid issues, maybe with a browser, maybe with an API, maybe with something. So just make sure that they're in lowercase. If you want to separate the words, use dash, for example. So city dash guide dash logo, and that's it. That PNG. It's good that they're using PNG here. They just need to make sure that it's city guide, city dash guide dash logo, and that will explain to Google basically because they use something called EXIF, which reads images, videos, etc., and can understand what more or less what's happening there. But that actually helps with SEO. And just in case, every time I say it helps with SEO, I don't mean 1%, 2%, 10%. I mean like a really small fraction of 1%, okay? It's just that once you accumulate enough changes on the site that help with SEO, then you'll start seeing the benefits, okay? So yeah, make sure that every time you create a logo, it's the name of the site dash logo. That helps with SEO. Great work with the city guide alt, the alternative in case the image failed or something like that. It would actually show that, and it actually helps with accessibility. Okay, so this is good. This is good job there. Now, because of the colors, I don't know if these are the final colors and all that, but you could use them in different places. The only issue that I have is for humans, typically the red is like a warning. The green is like something more easy to process, friendly. Okay. Yellow is another type of warning. Okay. That's why you see a lot of sites that use more or less these colors. Okay. Um, for food, fun, and shopping. Okay. I know the site is called City Guide. Maybe this is your target categories and stuff, but from an SEO perspective, these are very, very general words. So they'll never help you when doing SEO searches. Okay. Maybe you can use this to offer specific keywords that a lot of people search for that are related to your site. Okay. Um, I do understand why you put them there, but it's better if you put something else, and maybe you can put this, I don't know, somewhere in here that it doesn't give Google. Basically, you're telling Google, hey, these are the keywords that I want to target. The thing is, food, fun, and shopping are super general words. There's way too many sites. Like if I type fun, I would get any type of fun. Food, same thing. Shopping, same thing. Um, you're in a particular case where it's very difficult to analyze what type of keywords you can start searching for. This needs some more homework. I normally go to, like, when I'm looking for keywords, I typically go to trends. That's one of the places I actually search for trends. And for example, food, fun, shopping. Okay, so I see that most, if we compare all three, people search more for food than any other the other two. So now you know that you can start going through this path of what type of foods or specializing in what, like this. Okay. The other one is you don't have to pay somebody for specific searches. You can just do them here. So if I type food, you get ideas of what are the top most searches in regards to the word food. Same for fun. Okay, so you got fun facts, fun in a box, fun. So you know you can start generating what type of keywords you actually want to use in regards to those words. Um, Obviously, let me show you something here. Okay, I would change the all to something, to the placeholder, to something that actually references the user to select something here first, because this gives me the idea that I can click here and actually select multiple ones. But I need to click here first and then go here, okay, and then do the search. In regards to the image in the background, I don't know if you actually want to see the bluish sky here. There's some ways that you can play around with the actual image in the backend. Okay, so let me show you some ideas here. So okay, now we know that it's a huge image. Okay, and you want to scale it. So my recommendation here, let's look at the original one. Okay, so I think you would need more width than height if you just want to play with this amount of spacing, because it's actually 520 image in height. So I will actually look for something that at least covers the 1920 in a 1920 resolution or more, and then you just crop the area that you actually want to show here, which is around 520, 560, I would say, or around 600 here. Maybe doing 1800 by 600 kind of thing there, and that will actually help you more with the image. I mean, because right now we're losing all of this. Like, look at this image. That mountain over there, little island there, looks nice. This actually looks like Costa Rica. Um, and then the people here are nice, beautiful, happy. But if we actually go to the site, we lose out in the message that you're trying to transmit there with the image. Again, for this page, for this part, I typically tell my partners they gotta change this, even the icons, gotta change them to something more along the lines of what you need. Like I don't know. Let me see here. Maybe a beach. There's no beach here. Hotel. There we go. So you can change the icons here in the backend, of course, in the design settings. But you can also change the text to something more friendly. So playing around with those keywords that you saw, you can start changing this around to enhance it a little bit better. Another thing that I tell developers when they're working on sites for BD owners, it's just a recommendation, okay? It's from the user experience point of view. So when I'm trying to click on this image to know more, because right now I can see that it says, for example, this one, it says arts, culture, entertainment. Okay, I'm assuming that I can click on the image, or I'm assuming that I can click on this text that it's a link. But guess what? When I hover over it, at least on the desktop, this happens. So I lose the ability to click. I have to wait for the animation to end, and then I see this view category. Even though it's a little dumb example, it actually helps because maybe I need something quick. fast. I don't have time. So I look at your site, I see lodging and travel. I want to click on it. Doesn't happen. So my recommendation for developers is make sure that this doesn't move. It stays down there, or it's outside the image, so the users don't lose on what the image is trying to transmit. Make sure that the image and the title, lodging and travel, are linked that actually point to that category. Okay, and it doesn't do that animation, even though it looks nice. The user experience is bad. Um, I would, well, you want to center this. I wish you make that a little bit bigger there. Um, I won't go into details of other pages, but I can see that you're trying to put stuff there. Now, if we were to do a Lighthouse test, let's see how that comes out. Obviously, it's going to be a quick test because there's not that many elements here. Um, and this is just internal SEO for the site. So you got 75, it's not that bad. You got 66, it could be improved. And some of the recommendations. The first contentful pane, largest one, the LCP and the FCP, that's because of the image, okay, this image. So don't, the moment that you fix this, that you'll end up fixing this too, okay? So you don't have to worry about that one. Eliminate render blocking resources, at least on the homepage. You can actually apply most of these changes on the homepage only, just in case. And don't worry about several of the points here. Just in case you're getting bad performance, actually you're getting bad in most of this because you're lacking the SSL on the site. The moment you actually put it there, it will improve all this by a little, maybe a couple of points. But actually, you need the SSL. And you also need the SSL because if you want to install Google services, you need the SSL first. If like this one, if I were to do Miami, right now you're using the Google services, but they will break because they actually check if you have the SSL. That's like a norm that they did a year ago, basically. So my recommendation, highly recommend getting the SSL before Google complains and it simply breaks this. Okay, you'll just come here and you'll see that it's broken. You'll say something about you can't use the services anymore, blah blah blah, or the key has been blocked because you're using that key or the Google services in a non-SSL site. So it's something for you to know for the future, for the very soon to come future. Let me see the reCAPTCHA here. Same thing for the reCAPTCHA, by the way. Make sure that you got an SSL. So right now they're working, but you don't want to push it to a point there. And that's it, the basics for this site. Okay. Think positive. Let me know how that goes. I know I gave you too much information here. Things to think about in regards to how that you can redo the home.